Good morning, Marlins fans, and welcome back to the Marlins Catch podcast. I am your host, Nick Sincini, here back again with a little earlier episode today of the Marlins Catch podcast. Decided to change things up a little bit, try things out here, trying a little earlier time here. Maybe catch you guys maybe going to work or whatever you guys got going on in the morning here. Just join the Marlins Catch podcast here, and we can talk Marlins baseball right here on the Baseball Podcast Network and the Marlins Catch podcast. All right. So let's get into today's episode today, as we, of course, will be talking about the title, which is Isan Diaz, and, of course, we will be talking about, as well, the past week for the Miami Marlins, see what we did, what we didn't do, and we're just going to jump right into it today on the Marlins Catch podcast. So we're going to jump further into everything else with Diaz and everything else. So first, let's just go dive right into the player of the week. Pitching and hitting. You guys know that we do this every single week here on the Marlins Catch podcast. So yeah, we're just going to do that right now. I know it's a little earlier time here. I know we're going to wait for some people to join here. Okay, so let's talk about the pitcher of the week. And really, I think it was just down to one individual who won this award for this week, making his MLB debut. I don't know how I could pick anybody else other than my guy, Jordan Yamamoto. And I know we saw a nice performance from Alcantara as well, but there's no way Yamamoto does not get this award on how well he pitched in his debut game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Yamamoto pitched 7 innings that day. His pitch count was a little bit high, only around the 80s there, but Yamamoto pitched 7 innings pitch, only letting up 3 hits, 2 walks, 0 earned runs, and 5 Ks. So Jordan Yamamoto put himself a very, very, very solid debut that day for the Miami Marlins, and I was just very, very impressed to see that from him. And hopefully we can see more of that as he's going to be pitching in the upcoming days for the Miami Marlins. So a really, really big day from him. So I'm very, very impressed by him. The 23-year-old guy from Hawaii had an emotional interview after the game and before experience with his family. So really, really happy time to see that from him. I'm just very, very happy for the guy, and I hope he can continue pitching like this. And I know he is pitching tomorrow in the game tomorrow, so hopefully he can get things going against the St. Louis Cardinals, as we are really in a much-needed phase there for him to get the W for us. Okay. So now we're going to go with the hitter of the week, and it was between Harold Ramirez and Garrett Cooper. And I'm going to go with Garrett Cooper once again, because this man is scorching hot and cannot get any hotter, and I don't think. We shall see. Almost hitting on a grand slam the other day, but in his last 7 games, hitting .379, has 11 hits in his 29 at-bats. In his last 30 games, hitting .327. His average is now all the way up to .306, and it was in the low 200s prior from the hot streak. So really, really great to see Cooper, our first baseman, doing good things for our ball club there. And I look to see a lot from him moving forward. Him being 28 years old, battled injuries all of his career. Seems to have found that healthy spot for him. So hopefully he could stay healthy for us. He's a much-needed player in this lineup. And I think Garrett Cooper could definitely turn out to be one of our good first basemen for the Miami Marlins franchise. Okay, so yeah, that was just a week in advance right there, as we will now be discussing the past week for the Marlins here, and just breaking down all that going into this. So the past week for the Marlins, of course, we went against 2 teams. We went against the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. On Monday, we fell to them 4-1. Tuesday, we fell to them 7-1. Wednesday, we picked up a really, really much-needed victory, 9-0. A great win there, which was Yamamoto pitching day. Thursday, we had the day off. Friday, Pittsburgh came to town. They destroyed us 11-0. Saturday, we defeated them 4-3. Sunday, which was yesterday, we lost 5-4. Okay. So the Marlins struggled a little bit there, losing the series, unfortunately. But you know, you got those needed wins, like the 9-0 win. You got 2 wins in in this past week here for the Marlins. So that is 2 wins and out of 6 games. So going less than 50%. Well, definitely some things to adjust on. But the runs were there definitely on Wednesday with that 9-0 victory over the Cardinals, having 9 runs scored. Great game there for the Marlins there, and I really want to see more of that there, and a nice shutout performance that day from Yamamoto, which we were talking about before, which we think he could really be a key guy in our rotation for years to come. So really seeing a nice day from Jordan there. So hopefully we can definitely see more from him moving forward, and from the Marlins hitting perspective, because, of course, there's a lot needed for the Marlins to compete, and right now they are in no phase to compete right now, so we really just need to see a lot from them. Okay. All right. And also we will be discussing the injuries as well for the Marlins here, as they currently are sending a lot of people on the IL, and the IL is the following: John Birdie, Peter O'Brien, Martin Prado, Caleb Smith, Neil Walker, Chad Wallach, Drew Steckenrider, and Jose Urena. Jose Urena, we found out, is now on the 60-day IL with the big injury. Just got it now. That is a big blow to us because he was a trade piece that we really wanted to trade. Unfortunately, we cannot move him now due to him being on the IL. No team will trade for him. And a major blow there. John Birdie is questionable. We don't know when he will be coming back. He will be coming back soon, I believe. But I am wondering who would be getting sent down if John Birdie were to be activated. Maybe he would go back to AAA. Not really sure how they would work him there. Of course, Peter O'Brien as well, who was coming strong off of a struggling start, got injured as well, which was a big blow to us as well. Peter O'Brien currently batting 167 here, and yeah, I wouldn't think that with this roster right now he would be on the major league roster for us. Martin Prado, who was a nice player to have as well, 239 average. He is also on the IL. Just went on the IL. He won't be back for a couple of weeks. I've been hearing, and of course he's a much needed player as well, playing first and third base. Caleb Smith was the big injury. That's why that sucked. He's been struggling as of late, and now we can probably see why due to the injury. In his last 7 games, he had a 4.38 ERA. Now being hurt, he, that could be a cause of why he was on the downfall and why he was struggling. So that definitely could be one of the reasons why he was struggling in that time frame. Neil Walker, another player which really bummed us to get sent down due to the IL, of course. He has a 295 average. That really just stung when he got injured. He plays first base. Of course, Cooper can move to first base. He used to play right field, and then we can extend it out more. But great to get Neil Walker back. He was contributing to us pretty well, and unfortunately, he is hurt right now, and we should see him soon. So hopefully, Walker can come back. Chad Wallach as well made some nice adjustments this season. 250 average. He is our backup catcher. We did call up Brian Holiday to replace him as the backup. Chad Wallach has had himself a nice job at the plate. And, unfortunately, he did get injured as well. So these injuries are killing us. And I know a team like the Yankees as well that is killing them as well. So, yeah, that definitely is part of baseball. You have to learn to fight through it. So we just need to see more from them. The players who coming up and replacing them. So, and some of the players that have gotten the call up were of course, JT Riddle from the time frame, Austin Dean. And I feel like Dean is actually heating up, and he's been hitting really well, batting .333 in his last 7, so he has a nice spot there for us. And we've been seeing JT Riddle playing a lot of center field for us as well, which was very interesting to see. Remember in AAA he was playing there as well. And then Rosell Herrera, who could basically play anywhere. Rosell Herrera could play center field, right field, left field, shortstop, second base, third base. He can play anywhere. So that's another pretty cool thing there that we have there. So, we want a lot of players that are very versatile. So I think that, it's a good, I think that, it's a good move. That it's good moves. Let's say that we have some of these players who are very impactful, but in our bullpen, I'm not too happy with some of the players there. Of course, some players like Wei Chen, who I wish was already off the team. Unfortunately, he is not. But that actually really annoys me that he's still on the team. So I'm trying to say that I really wish he was not on the team anymore. That kind of sucks. So, but we can do about it. And then, of course, his ERA being at 7.000. So he is definitely, in my opinion, not going to stay in the roster for too long. Looking at the baby cakes last night, we've seen a lot of improvement from Lewis Brinson. Again, that is down in AAA, so we can't really know if that's going to contribute to him. But all I know is that he's been hitting the ball very, very well, and I'm really happy to see that from him. I always liked Lewis Brinson, and I want him to come in and pitch great. I want him to hit great. We're going 2 for 4 in his last game, 3 RBIs, had 2 home runs. Brinson did great at 3 RBIs. Really happy to see Lewis Brinson hitting the ball well, and of course Magneuris Sierra as well, leading off, but of course had 3 strikeouts that day. But Sierra is also a nice piece to have as well. So just overall good performances from them. So keep up the good work down there in AAA, and you guys will be getting a call soon. And also, Isan Diaz, really the long-term answer at second base for the Marlins? You know, it's hard to judge it It's hard to judge it right now due to him I wish I've seen him more, but right now he is just hitting a tear right now. I've been really, really impressed with him. So I think Isan Diaz could definitely be our guy to turn it around for us. I think he has the tools to potentially be that over the top guy for us. People would question that and say no, but I do believe that he has what it takes to, let's say, kind of be the guy we rely on, really. And I think Isan Diaz, showing the power he has, that big power, that step forward in the power category, is definitely huge for him. I think that he could definitely be one of our big guys going into that, and I think that it would definitely help out if, Starlin Castro wasn't, I don't want to say traded, but wasn't really there, because I feel like Starlin Castro's kind of, not really, all right, Castro should be traded very, very soon, in my opinion. I don't think he really fits on the team right now. I think that, he was great before. I just don't think he is ready to be our guy. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. They don't. I want to say that Starlin Castro needs to be moved from the Marlins, and I think we need to get back maybe some pitching prospects, because our pitching prospects have not panned out, and it's been really, really annoying. So, in my opinion, I think Starlin Castro needs to be traded. I think that Isan Diaz should be getting a call up very soon, and I think that would be a great move for us here as we look to move forward and look ahead in the future for us. Okay. And currently the standings are as well. We are 25 and 44 here. Currently, right now, we are not doing great. We are in last place in the NL East and in the NL as well. Of course, in the American League, the Orioles and Royals are behind us, but so the Marlins right now are not in position to get the first overall pick. So I guess that's good news, bad news. It's, again, we are not trying. We are trying to win games, but at the same time, right now we're not.